This week holds a quiet kind of power for you, Libra. The kind that does not announce itself but settles into your bones and asks you to pay attention. You clicked on this video because something inside you already knows that the next few days are not ordinary. There is a fork in the road ahead, and what makes it tricky is that both paths look reasonable. Both paths look safe, but only one of them leads to real growth, and the other keeps you comfortable in a pattern you have already outgrown. So what should you say yes to this week? And what should you firmly, gracefully decline? That is exactly what we are going to walk through together. Not in vague, general terms, but with the kind of specific guidance that actually helps you make decisions when the moment arrives. Because here is what most people do not tell you about being a Libra. Your greatest strength, that ability to see every side and hold space for everyone's perspective, can become your biggest obstacle when it is time to choose. And this week, the stars are asking you to choose. Not tomorrow, now. So stay with me through every single tip because each one builds on the last, and by the end of this video, you will have a clear map for the days ahead. At least one of these tips is going to hit you right in the chest, because it is the thing you have been avoiding. Tip 1. Say yes to the conversation you have been postponing. There is a conversation sitting in the back of your mind right now, Libra. You know exactly which one I mean. It is the one you have rehearsed a dozen times in the shower. The one where you imagine saying exactly what you feel, clearly and calmly, and the other person finally understands. But then you talk yourself out of it. You tell yourself the timing is not right. You tell yourself it will cause too much disruption. You tell yourself that maybe if you just wait a little longer, the situation will resolve on its own. It will not. This week, the energy surrounding your communication sector is unusually supportive. That means the words you have been struggling to find will come more naturally than you expect. The tone you have been worried about striking, firm but kind, honest but not harsh. That is exactly the tone that will flow from you if you allow it. But here is what you need to understand. This window does not stay open forever. The planets that are aligning to give you this clarity and this courage are moving, and by the end of the week, the energy shifts. So if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you will miss the moment that is already here. Now, I am not telling you to be reckless. I am not telling you to walk into a room and unleash everything you have been holding back without any thought or care. That is not your style and it should not be. What I am telling you is that the conversation you have been avoiding is avoiding you right back. Every day you do not have it, the distance between you and that person grows a little wider. Every day you stay silent, you are making a choice. You are choosing comfort over connection, and deep down you know that is not who you want to be. Start small if you need to. You do not have to say everything in one sitting, but you do need to open the door this week. Send the message. Make the call. Sit down at the table. Whatever form that conversation needs to take the first step. Because the version of you on the other side of that conversation is lighter, freer, and more at peace than the version of you who keeps carrying the weight of everything unsaid. And here is something else to consider. The other person may be waiting for you to go first. They may be just as nervous, just as uncertain, just as afraid of saying the wrong thing. Your willingness to be vulnerable first does not make you weak. It makes you the leader that every Libra is born to be. So say yes to this conversation. Say yes to honesty. Say yes to the discomfort that comes before the relief. Because on the other side of that discomfort is a relationship that is finally built on truth instead of assumptions. And that, Libra, is worth every uncomfortable second. Tip 2. Decline the urge to over-explain yourself. This one is going to challenge you because it goes against one of your deepest instincts. As a Libra, you want people to understand you. You want them to see your reasoning, to follow your logic, to appreciate why you made the choice you made. And so you explain, and then you explain again, and then you add a little more context just to make sure nothing was misunderstood. And somewhere in all that explaining, you lose something precious, your own certainty. This week, the stars are practically shouting at you to stop over-explaining. When you make a decision, let it stand. When you set a boundary, do not immediately soften it with 5 reasons why. When you say no, do not follow it with a paragraph of justification. No is a complete sentence, Libra, and this is the week you need to start treating it like one. Here is why this matters so much right now. There is a situation in your life where someone has gotten very comfortable with you bending. They are used to you accommodating. They are used to you adjusting your position after a little bit of pushback. And every time you over-explain, you are essentially inviting them to argue with your reasoning instead of respecting your decision. Think about that for a moment. When you give someone 5 reasons for your boundary, you are giving them 5 things to debate. But when you simply state your boundary with quiet confidence, there is nothing to argue with. There is only your decision, and it stands on its own. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking that if you do not explain, people will think you are being cold or unreasonable. But consider this. The people who truly respect you do not need a 5-paragraph essay to accept your choices. They need to see that you respect yourself enough to make them. And the people who demand constant justification, those are the people who benefit from your uncertainty. Those are the people who have learned that if they push back just a little, you will fold. This week, do not fold. Practice saying what you mean without adding a cushion of extra words around it. Practice making a choice and sitting with the silence that follows instead of rushing to fill it. That silence is not uncomfortable. It is powerful. It is the sound of someone who knows their own worth and does not need external validation to feel secure in their decisions. You will be amazed at how differently people respond to you when you stop giving them room to negotiate your boundaries. Some will respect you more. Some will be confused because they are not used to this version of you. And a few might push back harder at first, testing whether this new firmness is real. Let them test. Stand your ground, because this is not just about one conversation or one decision this week. This is about retraining the people in your life to treat your words as final, not as an opening offer. If what you are hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That is exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you are tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Tip 3. Say yes to a financial decision you have been delaying. Money is not just numbers in an account, Libra. For you, money is tied to feelings of security, freedom, and self-worth. And right now, there is a financial decision sitting on your desk, literally or figuratively, that you have been putting off because the emotions around it feel complicated. Maybe it is a purchase you know you need to make but feel guilty about. Maybe it is a subscription or a service you need to cancel but keep telling yourself you will deal with next month. Maybe it is a bigger conversation about how money flows in your household, who controls it, who decides where it goes, and whether the current arrangement still feels fair. Whatever it is, this week is the week to face it. The planetary energy is unusually grounded right now, which means you can approach this decision from a place of logic rather than emotion. That is rare for you when it comes to money because you tend to attach so much meaning to financial choices. You worry about what it says about you if you spend too much or too little. You worry about being judged for your priorities. You worry about making the wrong call and regretting it later. But here is the truth that this week wants you to hear. There is no perfect financial decision. There is only the decision that aligns with where you are right now and where you want to go. And the longer you wait, the more that decision gets tangled up with anxiety and what-if thinking, until it feels 10 times bigger than it actually is. So sit down this week and handle it. Open the spreadsheet. Make the call. Have the conversation. Whatever it takes. You do not need to overhaul your entire financial life in 7 days. You just need to take the one step you have been avoiding. And once you take it, you will feel a weight lift off your shoulders that you did not even realize you were carrying. Here is another thing to consider. Your relationship with money this week is also a mirror for your relationship with yourself. If you are hoarding resources out of fear, ask yourself what you are really afraid of. If you are spending recklessly to fill an emotional gap, ask yourself what that gap actually needs. The numbers are just numbers, but the patterns behind them tell a much deeper story. And this week, the stars are giving you the clarity to read that story honestly. Do not let this opportunity pass. The grounded energy that makes this kind of clear thinking possible will shift soon, and when it does, you will be right back in the fog of overthinking and emotional reasoning. Take advantage of the clarity while it is here. Make the call, sign the document, set up the plan, have the talk. Your future self will thank you, not just for the financial decision itself, but for proving that you are someone who faces difficult things instead of hiding from them. Tip 4. Decline invitations that drain your energy. Libra, you are one of the most social signs in the entire zodiac. You genuinely enjoy people. You light up in conversation, you thrive in connection, and you have a gift for making everyone around you feel seen and heard. But this week, that gift is going to be tested, Because there are invitations coming your way that look appealing on the surface but will quietly drain you if you accept them. I am not talking about events or gatherings that genuinely excite you. I am talking about the ones where you feel a subtle heaviness the moment you say yes. The dinner where you know you will spend the entire evening managing someone else's emotions. The phone call that always turns into a one-sided venting session. The group outing where you end up playing peacemaker while everyone else enjoys themselves. You know the ones I mean. This week, the universe is asking you to be honest about which social commitments actually nourish you and which ones simply take from you. And I know this is hard for you because saying no to people feels like you are letting them down. It feels like you are being selfish or unkind. But here is a truth that you need to sit with. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you are saying no to something that would have filled you up. Your energy is not unlimited, Libra. It is precious, and this week, the demands on it are going to be higher than usual. The cosmic energy is intense right now, and you need reserves to navigate what is coming in the later tips I am going to share with you. If you spend all your energy on obligations that do not serve you, you will have nothing left for the moments that truly matter. So look at your calendar for the week. Look at your messages. Look at the commitments you have already made and the ones that are being requested. And for each one, ask yourself a simple question. Does this fill me up, or does it take from me? If it fills you up, go with your whole heart. Show up fully, be present, enjoy every minute. But if it takes from you, this is the week to practice a graceful decline. You do not need to be harsh about it. You do not need to burn bridges. A simple, kind, honest response is enough. Something like, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I need to take care of some things this week. That is it. No elaborate excuse, no guilty rambling, no promise to make it up later. Just a clear, gentle boundary. And here is what you will discover when you start doing this. The people who truly care about you will understand. They will not hold it against you. They will not think less of you. In fact, they will respect you more because they can see that you respect yourself enough to protect your own peace. The only people who will react badly are the ones who benefit from your inability to say no. And those reactions, uncomfortable as they are actually giving you valuable information about who belongs in your inner circle and who does not. This week is a filter, Libra. Let it do its work. Tip 5. Say yes to physical movement, even when you do not feel like it. Your body is trying to tell you something this week, Libra, and you need to listen. There is stagnant energy building up in your physical system, and if you do not move it through, it is going to show up as tension, restlessness, trouble sleeping, or that vague sense of unease that you cannot quite name. You know the feeling. Everything looks fine on the outside, but inside something feels stuck. Movement is the answer. And I am not talking about punishing yourself with an intense workout or forcing yourself to run when your knees are aching. I am talking about intentional, gentle, consistent movement that gets your blood flowing and your energy circulating. A long walk first thing in the morning before the world starts making demands on you. Some stretching in the evening while you let the day fall away. Dancing in your kitchen to a song that makes you feel alive. Swimming, gardening, yoga. Whatever form of movement brings you joy rather than dread. The key word there is joy. This is not about discipline this week, Libra. It is about pleasure. Your body wants to feel good. And movement is one of the fastest ways to shift your internal state from stuck to flowing. But here is where you tend to trip yourself up. When you are feeling low or overwhelmed, your instinct is to withdraw, to sit still, to retreat into your mind and think your way through the problem. And while reflection has its place, your body cannot process emotions through thought alone. It needs movement. It needs breath. It needs the physical release that comes from using your muscles and feeling your heart rate rise and letting sweat carry some of that tension out of your system. This week, commit to moving your body every single day. Not for an hour, not for some arbitrary goal on a fitness tracker, but for whatever amount of time feels right. Even 10 minutes counts. Even a short walk around the block counts. The point is not to achieve something measurable. The point is to break the pattern of stillness that has been keeping you stuck. And here is something fascinating about this week's energy specifically. When you move your body, you are going to find that your mind starts working differently. Solutions to problems you have been wrestling with will appear seemingly out of nowhere. Creative ideas will bubble up. Clarity about relationships and decisions will arrive without you having to force it. That is because physical movement literally changes your brain chemistry. It shifts you out of the stress response and into a state where insight and intuition can actually reach you. So if you have been feeling mentally foggy or emotionally flat, do not reach for another cup of coffee or another hour of scrolling through your phone. Reach for your walking shoes. Step outside. Let the air touch your skin and let your body do what it was designed to do. The answers you are looking for this week are not in your head, Libra. They are in your body, waiting to be unlocked through movement. Say yes to that, even on the days when the couch is calling your name, and you will feel the difference before the week is over. Tip 6. Decline the temptation to compare your progress to others. This is a trap you fall into more often than you realize, Libra, and this week, it is going to be particularly seductive. Something is going to happen. Maybe a post you see online, maybe a conversation with a friend, maybe a family gathering where someone shares their latest accomplishment, and a little voice in your head is going to whisper, "Why am I not there yet? Why does it seem so easy for everyone else? What am I doing wrong?" That voice is lying to you, and this week you need to refuse to listen. Comparison is a thief, Libra, and it does not just steal your joy. It steals your momentum. Every minute you spend measuring your life against someone else's highlight reel is a minute you are not spending building the life that is actually meant for you. And here is the thing about your path specifically. It was never designed to look like anyone else's. You are a Libra. Your journey is about balance, about finding harmony, about learning to hold opposing forces in equilibrium. That is a deeply complex, deeply personal process, and it does not follow a straight line. Spirals, circles back. It has seasons of rapid growth and seasons of quiet integration where nothing seems to be happening on the outside, but everything is shifting on the inside. So when you look at someone who seems to be further ahead, you are comparing your behind the scenes to their finished product. You are comparing your internal process to their external presentation. And that comparison will always make you feel like you are losing because you are not seeing the full picture. You are not seeing their doubts, their setbacks, their sleepless nights, their moments of wondering if they are on the right path. Everyone has those moments, Libra. Everyone. The people who seem the most confident are often the most uncertain. The people who seem the most successful are often the most afraid of losing what they have. And the people who seem to have it all figured out are often making it up as they go, just like you. This week, every time you catch yourself comparing, I want you to pause and redirect that energy. Instead of looking at where someone else is, look at where you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. Look at how far you have come. Look at the challenges you have survived that would have broken a lesser person. Look at the wisdom you have gained, the relationships you have built, the version of yourself that you have become through all the messy, imperfect, beautifully human process of living your life. That is your measuring stick, Libra. Not someone else's timeline, not society's milestones, not the arbitrary benchmarks that social media tries to convince you are universal. Your only competition is your past self, and I am willing to bet that if you look honestly at that comparison, you are winning by a wide margin. So decline the temptation this week. When comparison knocks on your door, do not invite it in for tea. Acknowledge it, thank it for trying to keep you motivated, and then gently close the door. Because the energy you save by not comparing is the exact energy you need for the incredible things that are waiting for you in the tips ahead. Tip 7. Say yes to asking for help. This one might be the hardest tip for you this week, Libra, because it requires you to do something that feels deeply uncomfortable. It requires you to be vulnerable. You are the person everyone comes to for help. You are the listener, the advisor, the one who holds space, the one who always knows the right thing to say. People lean on you constantly, and you carry that role with grace because it feels natural to you. But when was the last time you let someone carry you? When was the last time you admitted, out loud, to another human being that you are struggling? When was the last time you asked for support without immediately qualifying it by saying it is not a big deal, or you are fine, or you just needed to vent for a minute? This week, the stars are making it very clear. You cannot keep pouring from an empty cup, and right now your cup is running low. There is an area of your life where you have been handling everything alone, convincing yourself that you do not need help, that you can figure it out, that asking for assistance would be a burden to someone else. But that story you are telling yourself is not generosity, Libra. It is pride. And this week, pride is the one thing standing between you and the support that is already available to you. Look around your life. There are people who would jump at the chance to help you if you would only let them. There is a friend who has been gently asking how you are doing, sensing that something is off, waiting for you to open the door even a crack. There is a family member who has the exact skill or resource you need right now, but does not know you need it because you have not said anything. There may even be a professional, a counselor, a financial advisor, a doctor, who could take a weight off your shoulders that you have been carrying for far too long. But none of that help can reach you until you ask for it. And asking for it is not weakness, Libra. Let me say that again because you need to hear it. Asking for help is not weakness. It is one of the bravest things a person can do, especially a person like you who is so used to being the strong one. It takes more courage to say I need support than it does to keep pretending everything is fine. And the people who love you, they already know everything is not fine. They are just waiting for permission to step in. So this week, give them that permission. Pick up the phone and be honest. Sit across from someone and let them see the real you, not the carefully curated version, not the one who always has it together, but the real, messy, tired, struggling, beautiful you. And watch what happens. Watch how people respond when you finally let them in. You are going to be surprised, Libra, at how much love and support has been standing right outside your door this whole time, just waiting for you to open it. Say yes to vulnerability this week. Say yes to being held instead of always being the one holding. It will change more than you think. Tip 8. Decline the need to have all the answers before you act. Libra, you are an air sign, and that means your mind is always working. Always analyzing, always weighing options, always looking at a situation from every conceivable angle before making a move. And in many situations, that thoroughness serves you well. It helps you make wise decisions. It helps you avoid unnecessary mistakes. It helps you see things that other people miss. But this week, that same quality is going to work against you if you let it, because there is something you need to do that cannot wait for perfect information. There is a step you need to take that requires you to move before you are ready. And every time you tell yourself, I just need a little more time to think about it, you are actually telling yourself, I am afraid. That is what overanalysis really is, Libra. It is fear wearing a very convincing disguise. It looks like wisdom, sounds like caution, but underneath all that careful thinking is a scared person who is afraid of making the wrong choice. And here is the paradox you need to understand this week. Not choosing is also a choice. Staying still is also a decision. And right now, the cost of staying still is higher than the cost of moving imperfectly. You do not need to have every detail figured out. You do not need to see the entire staircase before you take the first step. You just need enough light to see the next step, and right now you have that light. The universe is not asking you to leap blindly into the dark. It is asking you to walk forward into the dim, trusting that each step will illuminate the one after it. Think about every major positive change in your life, every relationship that worked out, every opportunity that led somewhere good, every moment of growth that shaped who you are today. Not a single one of those things happened because you had all the answers first. They happened because you were brave enough to start without them. This week is offering you another one of those moments. A chance to begin something before the picture is complete. A chance to trust yourself enough to figure things out as you go. And I know that feels uncomfortable. I know your instinct is to gather more information, consult more opinions, run more scenarios in your head. But you have already done all of that, Libra. You have been thinking about this for longer than you want to admit. The information you have is enough. The wisdom you have gathered is sufficient. The only thing missing is action, and that is the one thing thinking cannot provide. So this week, set a deadline for your decision. Not a vague someday deadline, but a real concrete, written on your calendar deadline. And when that moment arrives, act. Not perfectly, not with total confidence, not with a guarantee of success. Just act. Move. Take the step. Because an imperfect step forward is infinitely more powerful than a perfect plan that never leaves your notebook. The world does not reward the people who have the best ideas, Libra. It rewards the people who act on them. This week, be one of those people. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This is not about waiting. It is about moving. Tip 9. Say yes to releasing a grudge you did not know you were holding. This tip is going to catch you off guard, Libra, because you probably do not think of yourself as someone who holds grudges. You are the sign of fairness, of diplomacy, of seeing both sides. You process things. You talk them through. You try to understand the other person's perspective, and then you move on. Or at least you think you do. But this week, the cosmic energy is going to shine a light on something you buried so well that you forgot it was there. There is an old hurt, an old betrayal, an old disappointment that you filed away under resolved but never actually released. You talked about it, maybe even forgave the person involved, but somewhere deep in your body the wound is still active. It still influences how you show up in certain situations. It still colors how you interpret certain behaviors from the people around you. It still sits in the background of your relationships like a low hum that you have learned to tune out, but never actually turned off. This week, you are being asked to find that hum and silence it. Not by forcing yourself to forgive again or by pretending the hurt did not matter. It did matter. It was real. Your pain was valid, and whatever happened to you was not okay. But carrying it is costing you more than the original wound ever did. And that is what this week wants you to see. The energy right now is uniquely supportive of emotional release. There is a rare alignment happening that makes it easier than usual to access buried feelings, bring them to the surface, and let them go. Not through some dramatic emotional breakdown, but through a quiet, private, intentional process of acknowledgement and release. Here is what I suggest. Find some time this week when you are alone and uninterrupted. Close your eyes and let your mind drift to the person or situation that still holds a charge for you. You will know which one it is because your body will react. A tightness in your chest, a clenching in your stomach, a sudden wave of emotion that surprises you with its intensity. That reaction is your signal. That is the thing you have been carrying. Now, instead of analyzing it the way you normally would, instead of trying to understand why it happened or what you could have done differently, just feel it. Let the emotion be there without trying to fix it or make sense of it. Let your body process what your mind already processed long ago, but your body never got the chance to release. This might take 5 minutes or it might take an hour. There is no right amount of time. The only thing that matters is that you are willing to sit with the discomfort instead of running from it. And when the wave passes, and it will pass, you will feel something remarkable. A lightness, a spaciousness, a sense of freedom that you did not even know was missing. Because carrying old pain takes an enormous amount of energy, Libra. Energy that you have been diverting from your present life to maintain an old wound that no longer serves any purpose. This week, reclaim that energy. Release the grudge you did not know you were holding. And step into the rest of the week lighter, freer, and more available for the good things that are trying to reach you. You deserve that freedom, and this is the week you can finally claim it. Tip 10. Decline the habit of postponing your own joy. Here is something about you that breaks my heart a little, Libra. And I say it with nothing but love. You have a habit of putting your happiness last. Not because you do not value it, but because you have convinced yourself that everyone else's needs are more urgent than your own. The kids need attention, so your painting waits. Your partner needs support, so your plans get shelved. A friend is going through a hard time, so your afternoon of rest becomes another therapy session. And each individual sacrifice seems small, seems reasonable, seems like the right thing to do. But when you stack them all up day after day, week after week, year after year, you realize that you have been slowly, quietly postponing your own life. This week, the universe is asking you to stop. Not stop caring about others. That is not who you are, and it never will be. But stop treating your own joy as something that can always wait until later. Because later has a nasty habit of never arriving, and one day you are going to look up and realize that all those things you were going to do when you had time, when the kids were older, when things calmed down, when you could afford it, they are still waiting, and you are still postponing. What brings you joy, Libra? Not what used to bring you joy, not what you think should bring you joy, but what actually lights you up right now, today, in this season of your life. Maybe it is reading a book with nobody interrupting you. Maybe it is cooking a meal slowly, with good ingredients, with music playing in the background. Maybe it is sitting in your garden and watching the birds. Maybe it is calling that one friend who always makes you laugh until your stomach hurts. Whatever it is, this week you need to treat it as non-negotiable. Put it on your calendar the same way you would a doctor's appointment or a meeting with your boss. Give it a specific time, a specific day, and when that time comes, honor it. Do not let anything bump it. Do not let guilt convince you that you should be doing something more productive. Do not let anyone else's urgency override your own need for restoration. Because here is a truth that you need to absorb deeply. You cannot sustain the level of care you give to others if you are running on empty. your generosity, your patience, your ability to hold space for the people you love. All of that depends on you having something left in the tank. And right now, you are dangerously close to empty. So saying yes to your own joy this week is not selfish. It is strategic. It is essential. It is the thing that will allow you to keep being the incredible, loving, supportive person you are without burning yourself out in the process. The people around you do not need a martyr, Libra. They need the real, full, vibrant you. And the real, full, vibrant you only shows up when you stop postponing what makes you come alive. This week, make one choice every single day that is just for you. Not for anyone else. Not because you should. Simply because it makes your heart feel full. Start there and watch how everything else begins to shift. Now Libra, we have covered a lot of ground together, and I want to take a moment to bring it all together, because the individual tips are powerful, but the real magic is in how they connect. This week is not just a random collection of days. It is a turning point, a threshold, a doorway that is open right now but will not stay open indefinitely. Everything we talked about, from the conversations you need to have, to the boundaries you need to hold, to the financial clarity you need to find, to the energy you need to protect, to the movement your body is craving, to the comparisons you need to drop, to the help you need to accept, to the action you need to take, to the grudges you need to release, to the joy you need to prioritize. All of these threads weave together into a single message. And that message is this. It is time to stop living on everyone else's terms and start living on your own. Not in a selfish way, not in a way that hurts or abandons the people who depend on you, but in a way that finally puts you inside your own life instead of standing on the edges of it, managing everyone else's experience while your own quietly fades into the background. You have spent so long being the fulcrum, the balance point, the center that everyone else revolves around. And you have done that beautifully, Libra. Nobody can deny that. But a fulcrum that never gets maintained eventually cracks. A balance point that never gets recalibrated eventually tilts. And you have been overdue for maintenance for a long time now. This week gives you the chance to recalibrate, to check in with yourself the way you check in with everyone else, to ask yourself the questions you are always asking others. How are you really doing? What do you actually need? What would make this season of life feel meaningful instead of just manageable? Those questions matter, and you deserve honest answers to them. So as you move through the coming days, carry these tips with you. Not as a checklist to complete perfectly, because perfection is another trap you fall into, but as a compass. When you are unsure what to do, come back to the principles we discussed. Say yes to the things that grow you and bring you closer to yourself. Decline the things that shrink you and pull you further away. It really is that simple, even when it does not feel simple in the moment. And remember, Libra, that every big change starts with one small, brave choice. You do not have to transform your entire life this week. You just have to take one step, and then another, and then another. And before you know it, you will look back and realize that you have walked yourself into an entirely different chapter, one where you are not just surviving or managing or getting by, but actually thriving. That chapter is available to you. It is closer than you think. And the choices you make this week will determine whether you step into it or stand at the doorway a little while longer. I believe you are ready, Libra. The stars believe it too. Now it is time for you to believe it as well. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving. The only question is whether you are.